Okay, so today we're gonna do something different, and normally I try to eat healthy sort of 80% of the time, but I had all these noodles stacked up at home since quarantine. So today I'm gonna try, I think 5 of them. They roughly have like 400 calories each, 450. So this should be like around 2,000, 2,500 calories. So I'm gonna start with this Korean one that reminds me of my dorm days in South Korea, and then probably this one, and then we'll save the other ones for lunch. But first, let's get weighted. Okay, so before we start this crazy day of a lot of carbs and sodium that increase the weight, I'm gonna try to weigh myself and see what we're dealing with. Okay, so we get 73.4, 13.5, 45.3. So let's see where we're at tomorrow after this day. So as many as you guys know, cooking these is quite easy. It's called instant noodles after all. So basically just make hot water and put on top of it. Some of these you have to take out and like stir around a bit first, but I'm gonna get the boiling water, pour it in here, and then prepare this one, and let's get in. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one in the boiling water, and this one we're gonna prepare first. Open here. Gonna take out this little magical package here. These spices are tasty, but definitely not that good for you, but one day, every once in a while, it's okay. I think I've had this in like 5 years probably. Used to be my favorite when I lived in Korea. 10 years ago actually, this week. Crazy. Now that smells insanely good. I get so many like memory flashbacks now from 10 years ago. I'm gonna close this one, and then I'm gonna take this one and put directly in the pot, and then I'm gonna mix the spices in this one. The noodles are boiling like crazy. Let's prepare these ones. It's like gift bags here. It's like candy, mixing everything. I have no idea what that is. Dried meat? I don't know. Mi goreng, I think that's like, I don't know, I shouldn't even guess, like noodles with meat. This paste was really hard to get out. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Let me know in the comments. That was a bit tricky to get out. Oh, lastly, we got this like triple flavor thing going on. No idea what that is. Oil, sesame, ooh. Sprayed out some oil here. Gotta cut it open, can't even get it out. All this smells so good, but probably so unhealthy as well. But 5 in a day is probably not that ideal. So we'll see. It's gonna be interesting to see how my weight and fat is affected. Essentially, it's a lot of sodium. I'm gonna have a lot of carbs. Not crazy. We're not eating fries or stuff like that. But probably the body's probably gonna retain a lot of this. But then give it 1 or 2 days. Probably gonna go back to normal. We'll see. So I'm also gonna do some cardio later. Nice, we got that done now. So now I have this spice mix ready. Let's put in the noodles. So I don't know how you're supposed to do this actually. Maybe just put the noodles like this. Nice. Guess should stir this up. Definitely not a lot of protein in this. I'm gonna put it on the screen later, but basically I saw that the average on these is like between 9 and 15 grams of protein. So even if I eat like all 5 of these, I think it's only gonna be like 50 grams of protein for this whole day, which is like crazy. It's like a third or a quarter or what I normally have. Okay, let's see, let's give this a wait a bit and bring it into the living room together with this one here. I'm also gonna mix it around a bit. This smells so good. These two really hot. Let's bring them in. Okay, now this is looking really nice. Okay, let's get this day rolling. And well, it's pretty weird to have this for breakfast. It kind of reminds me of when you do a red night flight, a red-eye flight, and you get served cup noodles when you wake up. Let's try it. Looks amazing. Wow. Definitely reminds me of my Korea student days. Wow, I'll get some flashbacks. Maybe I should incorporate more noodles in my diet. What do you think? I mean, it's all about moderation. You can eat whatever you want as long as you don't eat too much of it. So I'm gonna try these Indonesian ones. Let's see what they look like. Bit of a different flavor. I think it's supposed to be pork, but of course my bahasa is not very good. Might be wrong. Feels almost more like a fish aftertaste to it. I'm gonna try to give them a rating here. I think, well, this one definitely wins this round. That is for sure. If you give this a 4 out of 5, I don't know if anyone will give 5. Actually, this is actually my favorite. What you can do, of course, is to put an egg inside, or 2 actually, to increase the protein content. I used to do that a lot, but I want to keep it simple today. But maybe I have still some packs left to do, so I'm gonna add in with that later. So this of course fills you up, but yeah, nutrition-wise, it's mostly carbs, of course some fat from the oil, a lot of sodium. It's a micronutrient, not a macronutrient, but basically no protein. So you're not going to build muscle for this for sure. But this is known as, you know, the startup diet, because basically the cheapest you can get. You can buy like a 10-pack for like $1 or something. Obviously people have become very successful doing that, so who knows, maybe this is the problem I'm doing. I'm not eating enough instant noodles. So I'm gonna wrap this breakfast up here, but definitely I think I give this a 4 and this a 3, and then I will see you at lunch. Okay, so now it's about 4 hours later and it's time for lunch. So I'm gonna have this one. Yum shrimp flavor, looks pretty interesting. Basically 310 calories here. And then this one actually says in kilojoules. It's a bit trickier to read, but it says 1860 kilojoules here. That's basically 445 calories. So we're gonna have those two together. Let's do. So it's a bit interesting. This one is Korean, I think. Ramyeon is Korean for noodles. And then we have these ones that I guess are Thai flavored or whatever. It's Thai cuisine with like tom yum soup, I guess. Yeah, tom yum soup shrimp. So I guess shrimp with lime or something. Nice. And I don't know if you can tell, but my veins are really like popping up because you have so much carbs and sodium. So it will be crazy. I'm gonna go out and take a walk and do some exercise later, but I think you know you can definitely tell on your body that you had way too much carbs and sodium. So we have to mix this one, I think, in this bowl again like earlier today. So let's open this around and add in the spices. So it was fun to see this. Soup base 1, soup base 2. Wow, I don't know. Do you have to pick? You know, I can't pick. I'm gonna put both of them inside. The powder actually smells really nice. Let's go for the second one. Ooh. It's like Christmas Eve, but with a lot of white powder. Interesting. Got a little bit messy here. We got some white Christmas party going on. Let's add in this one. Maybe I should cook this in a casserole as well, I don't know. But it looks like the other package I did this morning that had this instruction. Let me know if I'm doing it wrong. I have no clue. I haven't done this in like 10 years. Whoop. Good stuff everywhere here. Here we got a little bag. It's interesting stuff. Feels like being back in like chemistry class in high school. Mixing all these concoctions, whatever it's called. Okay, we got everything ready. We're gonna start by pouring in the nice water in here. That is looking nice, steaming hot inside. I'm gonna put this one and cook up these noodles and then put them inside here. Okay, so I think the noodles definitely are ready to be mixed in here. That is hot. Can't complain, it's not hot enough at least. Maybe it's too soupy, I don't know. That's a pretty small serving, that's for sure. It's good to have two. This is definitely not enough to get full. Okay, so we have a small one and a big one. Let's bring it in and eat it. So this morning I actually felt fuller than I thought after that noodle breakfast. But then actually after like 3 hours I really started to get hungry. So that just shows, you know, how important it is to have a balanced meal with also some protein, and a protein that keeps you full. Because here you have carbs, but also like zero fiber basically. So I'm gonna see if I feel better after this. Definitely a lot of lime and shrimp flavor. It smells like Thai food, that's for sure. I'm definitely gonna give this like 4, maybe like 4.5. Stands out the more. I think the second one I tried this morning, the Indonesian, was the most boring one so far. Well, that's good, I like this one. Let's go for this one. Oh, we have to mix this up. We have some big chunks here. I don't know if that is tofu, meat or something. It's pretty hot, that's for sure. It's very hard to eat this one without making the slurping sounds, but it's pretty hard to eat without doing that, and it's quite hot. Let's try. Hot in 2 senses, I guess. Spicy and pretty high temperature. I must say that it's quite bland. It's supposed to be spicy. Maybe that will come later, I don't know. Will I eat it with this meat or tofu or whatever it is? Tofu meal. This one I will only give like 2.5. It's a bit boring, unfortunately. I had high hopes, but this one definitely wins so far. Nice. Yeah, so far, I mean, we have my favorite, the Korean one, but this one actually, this one is in the lead, the Thai one, then tom yum soup or whatever it's called. Then the Korean, and then the other Chinese one I had this morning. So first this one, the Thai one, then the Korean one, then the Indonesian one, I think, and lastly this one. But we have one more to try later, also like the Korean clay pot soup or something. So before that, I'm gonna continue to do some editing, go out, take a walk in nice weather, show you some clips along the way, and then I'll do some exercise also to make sure we use all these good carbs. Fortunately, way too little protein. Then I'll see you back here for dinner. Okay, so we're finally back here and it's dinner time. We're gonna have some Korean noodles and I've been looking forward to this for hours. I was actually hungry just even before I went out on the walk. So I've been out walking now for like 2 hours or so, 10,000 steps. Did some outdoor exercise, but now I'm back. And I can definitely reflect already now upon that I have lower energy levels today, so not recommended. So the water is boiling in the background. I'm gonna pour that in. And then meanwhile, I'll just show you some clips here in the background. And also like I feel that my stomach has been kind of bubbly or, you know, a bit weird. I think probably from all the spices, and definitely feel hungrier. Now it's around 6:30 in the evening. Normally I'm not that hungry and I don't normally even have dinner. And I actually look forward already to breakfast tomorrow morning. So I just want to go to bed and have a big meal. So for the whole day, I actually had 2,061 calories, 40 grams of protein, which is super low. That's basically what I have for breakfast. 79 grams of fat, that's pretty crazy. And 299 grams of carbs, with I think 16 coming from sugar. So that is a lot higher than I normally have, both for the carbs and the fats, and basically no protein. So yeah, I definitely prefer to have my calories coming from protein rather than fat and carbs to stay full. So tomorrow it's back to that, and good bread and cottage cheese and stuff like that. So now let's try out the noodles, and tomorrow morning I'm also gonna weigh myself and see what's happened with the weight. So it says Korean clay pot ramyun, tukpegi ramyun. I think it's the Korean if I'm not forgotten how to read that. Looks interesting, but we'll see. Looks interesting. Always good with this, some fried herbs inside. Leaves, chilling. Ooh, then we have powder soup. That looks promising. Hope I won't be disappointed. Wow, it smells good. I think this will be some good noodles. So far the Korean noodles have really delivered. Smells a bit like my favorite one. Okay, let's put in the water. Okay, let's put in the lid and make it cook. So this one definitely smells super promising. Really get some good Korean memories, flashbacks here from this. I think just some general reflection is like noodles fills you up quite quickly. And I mean, I've had 2 bowls each meal. I mean, they're meant to be for one bowl for a normal person. So if you eat 2 per meal, it kind of eliminates the purpose of the idea, I guess, behind it. But regardless, definitely works to eat this, but you don't have good energy levels, that's for sure. It's far from ideal if you want to get a lot of stuff done. So I think not recommended. What you can do is add in an egg, of course, or have some other protein on the side, or like bread perhaps, to mix up with this. Oh, there's a fork inside here. That's interesting. I didn't see that. That was a bit that was a bit unexpected. I have chopsticks instead. Let's get that out. Okay, so let's give this a taste test. See what the conclusion is. Which one will win? Hope it's this one. Fortunately, I'm probably still gonna be hungry after this, but looking promising. Definitely good. Have to try again to Sean. It's better than the weird one I had for lunch, that's for sure. Could have been a bit spicier, but still nice. I think the shrimp one basically shared the first place, or maybe even wins together with the Yugane, the first Korean I tried in the morning. This one maybe like 3rd place. Give this a 4 out of 5. We'll probably need to add something in to make it more complete. So just some final comments. Definitely don't recommend to eat only noodles like this. You know, your energy levels are not good and you have very high sodium. I think I had like 9 grams of sodium today, which is like insane. And you know, you get too much fat and carbs basically in your diet. So yeah, if you want to build muscle or just stay full, basically you should eat a lot more protein. But of course this is cheap, so it's kind of called the startup diet, whatever, or poor entrepreneur man's diet or woman. But I'm gonna finish up here and then we'll see you tomorrow and check what the weight is. Okay, good morning. So it's now the morning after and I definitely woke up way too early, but it's time to check the weight and see what's happening. Okay, so 74.3, 13.8%, 45.2% muscle. So I think according to this, I gained some percentage fat, but basically I think it could be that I just slept too little. So, well, it doesn't seem to affect the weight too much, so I should probably be fine to eat noodles, but definitely did not feel that great, so not recommended. So basically it seems like I gained 1 kilo or almost like that, according to this, but actually the body fat percentage also went up. That's probably because I slept too little, first of all, and secondly, I probably retained a lot of water weight. So I would assume to give this 1 day and it's go down. Yeah, so that concludes the video. If you want to gain weight, sleep badly, and have low energy, eat instant noodles per day. Otherwise, probably stick to a more normal diet. Of course, you can have 1 cup noodle every once in a while. But otherwise, if you learned something, if you got some information for this video, let me know, give me a like, subscribe, see you in the next video.